Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So there's some strange things going on currently on chain. It seems to be mostly mobile affected. We don't know a lot about what is happening. We've kind of figured out a few things, but the one thing we do know is a lot of validators are down. I think we know why this is happening. It's merely down to, well, I say it's merely down to, this is actually pretty irresponsible, but a lot of validators are running on a 32 gigabyte system. This being said, they can choose to run on a 64 gigabyte system, but that would cost them more money. So in effect, they've copped out, they've cheaped out, and they've chosen money over security. And that's not very good. There are around 30 to 32 validators down currently. So let's go over and take a look at that. I'm working on getting a metric up for this, for LUNC Dash. Obviously, we've just relaunched, so we'll be pushing quite hard towards getting all of the different things. But as you can see, we have got loads of validators down. Your validator might be in here. We've got a lot of them that are missing blocks. There's a lot with issues. And like I said, on mobile currently, there is, I wouldn't say a denial of service, but you can't really send, you can't swap, you can't do anything at the moment. And it's because the chain is being spammed through the IBC connections. So like I said, here you go. You've got all of the different validators that are being affected. And this seems to be validators only with the 32 gigabyte system, which is a cheaper system to go and use, which is really bad. You don't want your validator copying out and cheaping out on you, especially in times like this where they're the ones who have more or less made themselves vulnerable, thus leading us all to be more vulnerable as a decentralized ecosystem. And for example, right, if they had got the top validators into this kind of problematic situation that's going on, it would probably be a lot worse. So we need to take the pros with the cons with this. Does this mean we need to panic? Absolutely not. Are your coins safe? 100%. Your coins are your coins. They're in your wallet. It's self-custody and you own them. So there is a very peculiar situation playing out, like I was saying. And some of these memos that are on it is interesting. It looks like this is all to do with people very salty about the court cases and all of the different things that are going on. So I think this might be happening elsewhere, being Luna, for example. But if it's not, it's something interesting. And we're just going to have to piece this together as things come through, as it unfolds, and as we can dissect the situation. Because even developers I've spoken to say they don't fully understand what is happening. They just know that IBC is being spammed heavily. So going back to kind of, I told you so, I said about opening up IBCs and kind of rushing into things willy-nilly. We just don't know all of the ins and outs, and doing tests that last a couple of weeks. And it's a very dangerous situation when you don't fully understand the technology that you're dealing with. Us as a blockchain still do not understand the full power of this blockchain. We don't know all of its pros. We don't know all of its cons. We don't know its defenses. We don't know its weaknesses. And these are all things we're still figuring out ourselves. So once again, right, if every validator was running on 64 gigabyte infrastructure, this likely wouldn't be happening. The chain would be able to deal with it. It would be able to handle the bulk amount of spam transactions coming through, which is quite funny, considering the last video we just did saying about how good the chain is with stuff like that. And me saying, right, we should increase the active set for security. It'd be better just to have those validators there. Even if they have small amounts of voting power, they're still there to handle transactions. And in times like this is when a small validator can come forward and say, hey, I'm running on a 64 gigabyte system. Delegate with me. And I think it's so important, right? You delegate with people that are not shorting or copying out on you or cheaping out on you, cutting corners, and don't really understand the system, don't really understand the infrastructure, because these are not the kind of validators we want on chain. And as horrible as that may sound for me to say, but as a validator, I want to see the best of the best of the best. I want to see people running the best infrastructure possible. I want to see people branching out the software and building on it, developing on it, bringing forward projects and building treasuries and launching all kinds of different things. That's what I want to see from validators. Instead, we've got this kind of very sluggish validator set. And once again, now this is all beginning to show, because a lot of these people have quite substantial inflows. So it's interesting to see who's going down, who's getting hit by this, who's missing blocks, who's missing Oracle votes. It's interesting, you know, even these validators who are running multiple validators, right? Networking on chain, and they're copping out. So there could be more to this. But currently, as it stands with the information that we have to hand, it's all to do with the 32 or 64 gigabyte system. We are not hit. We don't cop out on you. We pay for the best of the best. I've got good people behind the scenes that I work with, and we make sure we're hands-on on all of this. We run it ourselves. We do everything ourselves, and we have for some time since we broke away from all nodes, right? And I think this is a really important time for everybody to kind of sit and reflect and understand that this is not acceptable. And if you are delegating with some of these kind of validators, maybe you should rethink your situation and think about what's best for this blockchain. Even if you directly don't like someone, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're providing for the blockchain, even if they're a little bit rude. Think about what they're providing for this blockchain. They're here all of the time. Those are the kind of people we want to see supported on this blockchain. So it's going to be a really interesting time. Like I was saying, this isn't something we all need to panic about. It's not something that someone's going to be able to drain the Oracle Rewards pool or they're going to be able to do something crazy. It's not that. This is just simply a spam attack. Someone is spamming through the IBC connections, which were enabled by Genuine Labs. And I moaned about this because you're opening up the door for things we just don't need right now. What we needed was to shut down that gap in our sector, being the swapping system, the wallet infrastructure, token factory, all of those kind of things. So at least people then that are coming in on those IBCs don't look at the chain like, how can we thieve money out of this? Instead, why not attract people who are going to think to themselves, what can we develop on this blockchain to make it better so we can buy a bag and we can all prosper together? And it's all about that combination, that community and collective thought, I think, which is going to get us somewhere if we can all mutually understand that all of us holding a bag, right? If we all work together and we all push forward together, right? And this is not to say that there aren't negative people out there, because there are. There's people that I just simply won't work with because it's been 2 years and they just dox people, they do horrible things and they push people out, right? But what I'm saying is those of us that are working, that are developing, that are bringing tools and wallet infrastructure that's chain owned and all of these pretty little things, right? Working together and moving together as a unit. I think it's going to be really important moving forward. This is all food for thought. Do I think it's time to panic? Absolutely not. Like I was saying, you know, a couple of bullet points here at the end. We're all safe. The chain's safe. Wallets are safe. Oracle pool's safe. Everything's safe. These kind of things, unless someone puts in a spider trap door or a total backdoor, which you would probably know, then no, we're not. So I don't think we should panic. And I think that's what the people who are performing this spam attack are counting on, that we're all going to panic, that everybody's going to see all these validators going down, this, that, and the other. No, all they've done is just shown us where our weaknesses are and now shown us that, hey, maybe there is credence to putting that active set back to 130. So we've got 30 extra small validators that can handle transactions and do all of these different things, right? Maybe it's time to start looking at these sort of things that people see as negative and going, what can we learn from this? What can we take away from this? And how can we bolster the fortress that is LUNC? Guys, let me know what you think about this. I am a validator on the LUNC chain. I have been for some time. A lot of people use our Autocompound module, but we provide that to you on LUNC Dash for you guys and just for you guys. So consider checking that out. Consider supporting us. We do a lot on chain. Other than that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.